All right, C1x Road to launch, day 28. I'm going to go with 28. I think that's what it is. Not going to be a super long video today. Yesterday we finished by working on a redesign of this view. Made a few changes since that video with some suggestions from Michaela. Leaving all the buttons as is. Just some adjustments up here, which I was a little hesitant on anyways, so when I left off, we had an icon here with the label. Par was center, score was smaller off to the right. It didn't say score. Throws still works the same, but now it's just on the tee. This changes to last. Everything else stays pretty similar. I had moved part of the center score off to the right just because I didn't like the layout previously. And then we had the thought of making them wider. So they took up more space. These looked a little more consistent. I think this looks better. Drop the cap. Got some sparkling water. I got a little leftover coffee. That I already say it's probably not going to be a long video. Don't have too much to do. Too much time to do stuff, I should say. This is a new widget that ChatGPT got most of the way here for the next thing we're going to do, which is this. I guess I'm probably done with this. I did check it on a smaller screen as well. Had to make some adjustments to the padding here, but got it all fixed, so this is done. Next item was tapping on score on that scorecard view, pull up a little simple whole summary. So this is a widget that ChatGPT put together, got 80% of the way there. I haven't really updated anything. I updated passing some of the arguments just to be correct. Updated this logic here to match my whole scoring currently. Otherwise, I haven't really messed with it yet. We're just going to give it a quick test. I have the call here, just passing in a gesture detector to pull it up on tap. And then we're going to call that round summary brief, which is that new code. I need to update the calls here. Pull pars length just to make this actually pass the right info to make sure it's working. This one is just going to be the whole pars. Shot data will be shot data. The calls are going to be pretty simple. And current hole is current hole. All information that I'm already tracking. So we're just going to do a reset. Scrap the current round that I'm on and give it a test, see what it looks like. Try it on the first hole, last hole, a couple holes in between. First and last hole, or if there's going to be any extreme bugs beyond what I'll have to fix anyways, that's probably where they're going to happen. Confirm a race. Let's go here. It'd be nice if it was a little more clear that it was tappable. Maybe I should make it like a button design too. All right, so for starters, no title. Gonna scrap that immediately. Is this set a height? It doesn't look like it does. It's all overflowing on the bottom, but it's also not stretching to fill it. I'm gonna snack on some almonds while I'm doing this. It is wrapped in a sized box. Container does not have anything. Border. All right, let's just give it back to ChatGPT with the general comment. This is my slightly updated code with the corrected function calls. When I open this dialog, every single hole is overflowing on the bottom by at least 50 pixels. The dialog is not stretching to accommodate this, so there are just rows of overflow errors. Okay. Can I just make it scrollable? Can I not just make the alert scrollable? Doesn't it have a, what am I missing? Scrollable. That's how I do it on every other dialog. Scrollable. Am I trying to eat and drink and code? This is not going well at the moment. I'm gonna try this. What do we go up to? The widget there? No, return alert dialog. Okay. Go here. Let's do a reset. Doesn't seem like it's gonna like that. Nope. Does not like that. Can do that. Let's give it another reset. Huh. All right, I'll stop eating. What is yellow? Range error 2? Is that what it's giving me there? Mm-hmm. User scorers needs to be able to return if user scores is not empty and length is greater than index, else. User scores length. It's not gonna like me using score there. our score equals 0. It's equal to user scores index, else it's equal to null. Maybe I just do like this. To string, else it's equal to that. Score is not equal to, so instead of null, I'll just do that. I think that's what was throwing this range error here. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I still have the, do we set aspect ratio? Can I not set an aspect ratio? Would that help me here? Like, let's say I comment this out and we update. That helped slightly. Item count, width, grid view, builder, item count, total holds. Cross access spacing, main access spacing, container, what is it's all supposed to be in that container. I don't understand this at all. Oh, there we go. What is making the container so short in this code? The content is much taller than the container is. Well, that's what you told me to do. This grid view builder seems terrible. Like, I'm sure it's supposed to work, I just don't. I've never had any luck with it. None. What if I set can I force it to be taller? No? Doesn't matter? Why doesn't the grid view widget give me control of the height of its items? Why, if I don't include axis extent. Definitely helping. I guess let's go scrollable. True. I put round summary back again. I don't want that. I wonder. Got number of holes. I get pars, so bar number of rows is equal to pars length divided by 6. So if it's 18, it'll give me 3. If it's 19, it will still only give me 3. Correct. I don't want main axis extent is working, but what if I don't want to explicitly set a height? Why can't I just let the items fill the height they need? Don't need each child to be a unique height. They can all be the same. I'm just saying that the height of each column I don't want to set a specific. Maybe I do. That's just gonna look so stupid. First, I'm getting rid of this. Update. Is it not gonna just expand? What's my issue? Can I not show? No, it just doesn't work at all. Render viewport does not support. Return alert dialog. I mean, what if I wrap it in a column and make it min? Does that work? No? I don't want to set a specific height for the dialog. The below code gives me this error. Why do I have to add 18 different widgets to everything? Shrink wrap, true. Set shrink wrap true, and now get this error. If grid view is not a simple solution for what I'm asking for, i.e. doesn't work unless I wrap it in 15 other widgets, then provide a better solution. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, I think this I can probably work with. This is definitely going to be closer to what I want. We're going to get rid of round summary. Oh, knocking it around. The wrap is not centered. Can I wrap it in a center? Will that actually center it? Yes, beautiful. Okay. All right, so spacing, run spacing, whatever. Total holes, whole number, whole par, whole score. These are scores like 0. Okay, so I think this is all going to be just fine. I don't know what the heck this formatting is, but it will not work for me. Okay. Yeah, I do wish that this was in this format. Okay. Not that. Let's go ahead and bump this out. Whoops. All right. Alert dialog, I set the background color here, right? I do. All right. Background color is equal to page background colors dot alert dialog background. Looks like I can probably get away without the number of rows call. container width. Let's see what happens if I don't set a width. I think it just sizes itself automatically, which is good. I find it odd how they are not centering. Do I need to wrap each one of these in a center? Is that? Let's generate. I think it should just be this wrap. Alignment. Can I just get rid of this call? Yes. Okay, this word look should go away because I'm going to make all of the widths consistent at least. So I think I can stick with this. Box decoration. Can probably get rid of that. I don't think I want each thing to be in a list. Scroll view, wrap, children. Would be nice to still use my score box. Or do I just call... Do I just call this view? I don't think so. I think I need that to be distinct. We'll disregard that thought. I could definitely use it though. Not on round. No, this is what I wanted. Under the build whole score summary, I just show whole. I guess how do I distinguish between them here? I just show the whole in a different color. Okay. You could definitely do something similar here. Do I need that to be... We'll leave the font as is. All right, summary brief. So I just want whole number. I just want par. I want to remove the container. And I just want score. There will be no font weight. We will do font family. Lita. And I will copy that here. Here. Comma, comma. This will be a secondary button. I'll press to label, screen width, screen height. I don't think I need, do I need screen height? I do need screen height. Okay. query. That, and then we'll do the same thing for width. Label can be dismiss. The onPressed can be this. All right, is the save gonna work? It might, since I didn't have it open. Yep, everything is very small now. And we're not showing scores because I don't have it set to yet, which is good. Let's go like 18, 18, 18. Let's wrap this in a center. Save that. Score box. Yeah, maybe we do this. Int try parse score. Doesn't matter. It should never have that issue, but maybe. Shouldn't do anything here. Good. Let's score one now. Yeah. What is the width of that? That's what I need each of these to be. I wonder if I do this and then I set the score to be par. Score box is giving me a... Okay, so we're getting somewhere here. Round display whole graphics. No, round display graphics. Score box, here we go. All right, we're gonna go final bool for round scorecard. This, yep, equal to false. Child center score to string. Okay, so let's go back. And try parse equal to 0. Text. Maybe we go round display colors, text color. Score to string. Child text score to string. What is this? Final child equals center. We display it. If it's par, same thing here. Like, I guess what is... Oh, it's just passing that. I see. I see. Okay. Let's, circle colors are all going to use the text as white as well, aren't they? No, they all pass the child. Okay, so we can do this. I want to keep this as a white-ish background. Would be nice to maybe have it darker, actually. We could probably do that. Is for round scorecards. We're going to go var text color is equal to round display colors dot text color. I'm going to immediately replace these usages with that variable. Yep, and then we're going to say if for round scorecard and score is equal to 0, text color equals colors dot transparent, else if for round scorecard text color equals colors black. Okay. Let's make this a var. Var delta if score is equal to 0. Here is par equals true. For round scorecard. Okay, let's just do a reset on this. So this should not change yet. Changed a little bit, that's okay. I want to make sure that this view still looks good, and it does. Now, here I just need to pass the 4-round scorecard true. Let's update it. I think these should all go away. Two did. Oh, it's getting to those first, I see. Else if. Yeah. So I think is par equals true, and we're going to make delta equal to 0. I don't think updating it here is going to do anything for me. I just want these spacings perfect. I just want them to all match. That was my goal. Okay. So it's technically working. I was hoping to get this to rows of 6. Lots of padding on the outside here. Content padding. Content padding. Is 8 trinket enough? Is that a thing? Yeah. That's about perfect, actually. Alright, let's go to style presets. Page background colors. Static bar round summary brief. Dialogue background is equal to theme colors dot graphite light. And then let's use that. My capture didn't freeze on me, did it? No. Okay. Here. Let's do a reset. Try to make this gray. I could also, to make the colors look better, I could just roll with the text color being white again. That is definitely an option. Oh, zoom around. Make these pop a little bit more. Like otherwise this, I mean, it kind of looks okay. I don't think it looks terrible. I wonder, can I wrap this in a container? Let's go decoration. Box decoration. Color. Colors.transparent. Border. Border radius. Circular would be good. Let's go with a darker color. Dialogue background. Let's go with the black slightly lighter. And then on this, let's go app theme colors dot off-white soft. That border needs to be white. App theme colors dot off-white soft. Comma. Okay. Let's do a reset there. I think that should be an okay look. Computer's moving a little slowly here. Let's go close some stuff out. Things that I don't need open at the moment. See if we can speed it up a little bit here. Make sure that still looks good. It does. So now we're to this. Text color did not change. Oh, because I only changed it right there. Yes, indeed. Indeed. That's what we're looking for. Color. This. Whole number. Par. Number. All right. Update. That's not too bad. Let's make the whole number a different color, maybe the same color as the button tops. Button colors, top color. I can just make it that actually. Button colors, top color. I don't know how it was a const previously. Stupid, good, somewhere in between. I actually do think I want a title. this. Let's back everything up here. All right. Scorecard 25 and I think white. Theme colors. Off-white. Probably even bigger. 30. And let's go. I don't know if alignment's gonna do it. It might. We can try it. Text align. Text align center. Yeah. Can I, on the child, font weight bold, I can do this. We can go for round scorecard. Copy the same thing. And then our 4-round scorecard one, we're going to replace this with font family. No. Lolita. I think it updated. Font size. Text size. I feel like the Lolita can be a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. I guess what, I'm at 18, right? 18 is what I'm currently using on the dialogue for the others. So this is 17 right now. Just a little bit bigger to 18. Dismiss. Let's do a throw-in. Yeah, that gets a little wonky. So let's go down to like 16, see if that improves it. 16 is improving it. All right, I'll roll with that. Let's check if I undo here. Working just as intended. I want a little more, excuse me, a little bit more spacing at the top. Above whole number. I could always just add it. I like the spacing between these. It's really just at the top. Maybe I could wrap the whole scroll view in it. I wonder, let's go, I have the 36 course. Yeah, this is going to be my question here. Okay, so the whole thing will scroll. The container's what I added the border to. So let's add padding. What if I just add 8 all the way across? Does that shrink my rows? No. And if I start to log scores, we're still good. Let's go symmetric here. Let's go horizontal. Yeah, just, oh, I thought it was going to tab out what I had there. There we go. Horizontal 4. Vertical 8, just to give me that little bit of extra spacing there. I mean, I don't think it's terrible. I do want to make this look a little more like a button. No scrolling if it's not needed. I like the whole numbers. I like the pars. I wonder, let me just take a peek at these other arguments here. Title, text, content padding, actions, action overflow, button padding, background, elevation, shadow. Got a quick question for ChatGPT. Is there anything in an alert dialogue in Flutter to make the background that gets darker when the dialogue shows to get even a little bit more dark? Poorly phrased question, but barrier color. Black 54. Show dialogue. Am I calling round scorecard? Show dialogue. So there's a barrier color here. There is. Interesting. Barrier color. Let me try that. Oh, that did get darker. Kind of cool. I wonder if I should make that background darker. Let's where's that at? Here on my background, round summary brief, dialogue background. Let me just give that a try real quick. Just trying to make this completely black and see if that, just because the like dark gray kind of fades into the rest of the screen. I do need to update. That's a good find. This also needs to be changed. Child here will be this. I'll make sure these match. Score to string, text size, font bold, text color. They do. So I can drop this, add a comma there, and then we go here. This is not showing in the right font. So now if I update this, it gets updated. Par does look a little confusing. Like if I follow it with a birdie, it starts to make a little bit more sense. Does par look okay there? Like if they par the first hole, this is what it shows. Does it make sense here that that's whole numbers, pars, I mean, you just played the first hole. There's only one score there. Maybe a little bit more padding in between rows might help slightly. Just a bit. In a run, the runs themselves. So maybe I move this to 15, space these guys out more. I think that's better. Is that okay? I wonder. Thought now, just because the black feels like a lot, if maybe I only make the container black. So if I were to do make this black, and then here I go back to the off-white soft, try a reset there. So just trying to make this a different color. The border's not really going to make sense at that point. The off-white's probably not going to work. I can make it, we could do like main sunset. Try the blush. On summary view, this would become colors black. And then maybe that container. The border could become this same color. That's going to blend in with the background too. So maybe here instead of the main, we do like a faded sunset blush. Here for this border, I could try the top color. And then maybe instead of like hard black, I do the like graphite black. App theme colors, graphite black. All right, so this is what we're at currently. That's the change I just made. No, that wasn't quite all of it. Yeah, now we've got the background color. All right, let's make a scorecard. What did that just do? Don't do that. Even a little bit bigger. I wonder if I just make the border black, if that looks better. All right, so we made the title bigger and the border black. Those are the only two changes. I don't love the scorecard. Like, I just don't want it to be white, I think is my concern. What if we just do graphite? Oh, that's not, I'm on the wrong thing there. This background color. Summary brief dialog. Graphite gray. I don't think that's going to give me, I think we're going to have to do a reset. So trying to make the whole dialog have a gray background now. That's what I'm going for. Graphite is much too dark. Graphite gray is much too dark. And yes, I see that now, so we'll go graphite lightest. Do another reset. I don't hate it. I like the darker here with the black border. I do think that looks good. I do think that looks good. I'll be curious to test this on the smaller screen as well to make sure it's working. But I might roll with that for the time being. I think I'm going to make the title text even still bigger yet. Yeah. Okay. Last thing to do is to make this look like a button. Button designs. Scorecard button. Let's go. Probably gonna just copy them. Secondary button is, I think, gonna be close to what I want. I don't really want to change those. So we're gonna call this scorecard scorecard menu. No, not menu. Info buttons. I think that's probably good. Let's change all the calls here. Scorecard info button state. Did I make that plural? I did. Back that out. Back that out. Copy and copy. Okay. Let's go to style presets, go to my button colors. All right. Static var scorecard summary brief top color, scorecard summary brief base color. I do have those flipped from the order that I have every other one in, so let's adjust that. Static var scorecard summary scorecard par change. We'll just call it par. Par base color, static var scorecard par top color. All right. And am I actually going to make it match the basket button? That might be a bit much. I could technically make par then match the T button. Those might be good starting points at least. Par top color, par base color, summary brief top color. We can try it and see if it's way too much. All right, button designs. Let's go with for par, final bool for score summary. We'll default it to making par true, and then I can, that way I'm showing something and I can update the calls down here. Those secondary buttons are going to be too big though. Too tall, I think. That's going to be, the height is going to be the issue. Length is not bad. I do need to get screen width from them. Which I do already get. Needs to be longer. Let's get rid of that needs to be longer call. We're not gonna, I just said needs to be longer equal to longer. Yeah, I do. No longer here. Go away. All right. Base width times, what is my width there? This 0.45. That is the full base. The top can be 4.3. We can try that. Do I set a height on those? I do not set a height. Font size is 25. I hard code in the font size though. So surely I can hard code in a height. Let's go. I don't want him to look stupid though. I want him to look like this actually. We can try coding in a base height here. 0.75. I really have no idea. Let's just go 60 and 55, and then I'll adjust it as needed. 4, 0. Fine starting point, I think. I'm not using shadow at all. I'm not using base height. Correct. 25. Okay, that might be worth giving a quick try here. Now onto the score where I show that, which is here. Instead, need this whole thing to be a button. So let's go padding, padding. Yeah, we'll just copy that. Child, I'm gonna go not secondary. Scorecard info button. Here, here. Okay. On tap, we need the show dialog. Do I not have? secondary button show dialog anywhere else? I definitely do. Courses shows the dialog. Button designs. Does courses pass a different type of argument? Void callback on pressed. Void callback question mark. Okay, so I just remove that. Unpressed. And then how do I do that call? On the courses view, courses, courses button on pressed is called like this. Like that. Okay. Does that need this? Okay. We're getting somewhere. Let me go ahead and comment out this whole padding. Don't want to delete it just yet. This is me commenting out this whole view, the whole score view. All right, and then label is going to be that child, which is this. Let's see what I break there. Just the height. Maybe less. I had to change some code. I did reduce the height. Did I not change colors at all? I must not have. No, I just set the variables. All right. All right, scorecard info button. I have my for par. All right, so container. Color here is going to be for par. We can actually, I can get rid of this one. It's either for par or it's not, and if it's not, it's for the summary. All right, color for par. Button colors dot scorecard par base color else button colors dot scorecard summary brief base color. Oh, widget dot. There we go. All right, so that's my color there. It does look like the height is too much. So let's go down to 50 and I don't know, 45 is quite enough of a difference. Let's just do 50 and 40. The width looks good though. Border black is fine. Let's copy this. Man, my eyes are struggling again now. All right. Color, this is top colors. So for par, top, brief, top, black light, that's fine. Black label is good. Okay, so I reduced the height, I changed the colors. We're gonna check out both of those things. A little too much height there. On the top, it is still slightly bigger than what I had previously. So maybe I leave that as is and I just go 45 here. Can I update this and get the view to change? Nice. A little too, not quite enough. 48 maybe? Uh-huh. I think that looks good. Obviously, it's not the color I intended, but I would like to use that for par over here. What happens if I make this 25 again? Do I break the button? No. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to roll with that 25. Now can I implement the same thing for par? I guess first let's tap here. Let's score. Let's make sure this is working. Good, good. All right, so we're going to go back to the scorecard view, and I can now delete this whole padding. The button is working exactly as I would intend it to, which is great. Now I have the par, which is going to be a slight struggle. I can copy, actually, maybe not quite as bad. So we've got two of them, right? That's whole count. So I've got if the distances were set and if they weren't set. So if the distances were set, throw the comma here. Padding's going to stay the same. The screen width we're still passing. On pressed, right now I'm going to have nothing here. So we're not going to do anything yet for on pressed. The label is going to be that mess. And I think everything else should stay the same. So let's comment out the second one. So that would be button number 1. Let's copy this. I'm going to go down here. This would be button number 2. I'll comment this guy out as well. And then this would be our label for the second one. Okay. And then we're going to update the calls here. So for par, true, comma, for par, true. And then we're going to come down to this one and for par, false. Let's do an update now. So now we should have the par button as well. It should look exactly like the score button just did. The score button should look the same, except it should have the updated colors now that match what our basket button looks like. Yeah. Which is probably a little bit too much. So let's, my laptop has not been plugged in the whole time. No wonder it's been slow. Just now realizing it. Silly. All right, so that zesty orange dark color, I need a darker version of that. I need a darker version of the below color. Let's see how much darker we went here. Maybe. I don't know if that's quite enough. Scorecard. You can do a reset. So that's what it's at currently. I think it's okay on the basket button just because that base is so much bigger. I like that. So this does nothing, and this gives us a summary. I'm a fan. I am a fan. I'm making the par a button as well because I eventually want it to be possible for people to change the whole pars during a round. Only if they need to. But currently, if you get to a hole and it's the wrong par, you're just SOL. Like, you'd have to back out, re-add the course, start a new round. Don't want that to be the case. Then I'll make it a button just so there's a little bit of symmetry. Okay. I think that's done. I think our little summary looks maybe not incredible at the moment, but I don't think it's bad. Maybe I should have a colorful border on it. Maybe that would add just that little bit extra something special to it. You can try it. I went button top color there. We can try that again. Top color. A little too much there. No. Not liking it. Could definitely use some kind of change, I think, but not with just the border. I think I'll probably leave that as is. It's nice. I like that change. Now onto the back end. We're going to leave that as doing nothing at the moment, which is good. It's fine. I won't push out another update until I've added that functionality in. I think it's... maybe it's a to add later. I can drag it up above. Ability to change whole pars during a round. We can call that definitely a little bit important. Move it down there. All right, maybe we just jump into the back end here. Let's close all this stuff out. Close, 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 close. All right, so on main, we initialize. I hid all of the initialize functions. Which is good, as I should. So we're going to go to my Firebase sharded management. We're not using this to reset. I will want to remove this, rounds scored. Log Firebase tracking. How do I, on the round scorecard, where does that call at? Down under handle round finished. I just call log Firebase tracking. So I might want to update that call here. Log if I call it that, I want single increment. And then let's go string counter name is good. Single increment. And then I want counter name to be that. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That should be good. All right, and then this would become counter name. And then we're going to do a multiple increment. It really should just be one. This should just be increment, and then I should have just an int that's value. Yeah, I should. 1. Tracking increment. Round scored, value 1. Okay. Let's go final. Firebase rounds scored counter. Rounds scored. I'm just going to copy paste, make sure I got it right again. Const. So then maybe I can just make sure I'm not doing any typos. All right, what were my other values? App downloads, courses added. Firebase app downloads counter. App downloads. Const Firebase courses added counter. Courses added. Holes played, whole score frequencies, const Firebase holes played counter. Holes played, const Firebase aces counter is equal to aces, const Firebase eagles counter is equal to eagles, const Firebase birdies counter is equal to birdies, pars counter is equal to pars, bogeys counter, double bogeys counter, or worse, or worse. I'll add albatrosses too, sure. Firebase albatrosses counter. Eagle, birdie, par, bogey, double bogey, or worse. Okay, so we got whole frequencies. That was it. That was the extent of the ideas I had. Okay, so I have my counters. Things I need to set up. I don't need this. Num shards is good. Initialize shards counter name. Okay. Increment. Increment needs to receive a value. Int amount. Yeah. I'll probably just pass this file into ChatGPT and have it do a little once over on it. I don't need to undo the reset shards. I should just need to. I'm okay resetting all values right now. This is fine. this one. We're going to comment or uncomment out. And then I'm going to add the counters here. Service dot initialize shards. This will be that, comma. We got aces, albatrosses, eagles, birdies, pars, bogeys, double bogeys, or worse. All right. So rounds scored. We've got courses added, holes played, aces counter, albatrosses, eagles, birdies, pars, bogeys, double bogeys or worse. Okay, and now I think all I should need to do is initialize. Let's do this first. If I run initialize all shards in my main app function, does the below code look good to do that? I changed some arguments up to allow certain values to be incremented by more than 1 if a value of higher than 1 was passed. Okay. I do want to overwrite here. Count should be good for all of these. This could throw if the shard doc doesn't exist yet and merge true. Okay, let's do this one more time. All right, changes below. Does this look good now? Okay. Sure. All right, so now let's say I initialize all of these counters, comment out everything related to initialization. Whoa. Initialization, and then launch the app to users. In the users log rounds, I should be able to update each of these counters individually by calling the log Firebase function. Correct? What happens if after launch I decide that I want to add more counters? Should I create a separate initialization function just to avoid the risk of resetting my existing counters. Yeah. Cool. Gonna avoid doing that. All right, so now I'm going to uncomment this, and we're going to initialize everything. I'm going to open up Firebase just so I can see this stuff happening. All right, so I just initialized everything. So now I'm going to comment this out. Let's run it again. I'm not initializing anything. I haven't commented the code out yet, just in case I need to do it again. But now my understanding is that if I hit this, I should show 0 rounds. Correct. Oh, of course my screen capture froze. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. So I didn't see how long ago it froze. I apologize. I've got all these counters. I am initializing all the shards now with these counters. I updated increment to accept an amount. Didn't really change anything else. I was working with ChatGPT to make sure that I was logging things. I then went into main, uncommented out the initialize line, ran it once, commented it back out again. So we reinitialized everything, and now when I hit the button, I get 0. To make sure here, if I go log around, finish round, incremented shard 76 by 1. Let's hit this. I now get total round scored equals 1. I'm never initializing again, so that should be good. Okay, so with that being done, I initialized everything. I wonder if me initializing things adds all the collections here. Let's find out. Or if I need to try to write a value to them first. No? They're all here? Cool. Cool. Let's just see what happens here. If I go to round display, to that button, where's it at? Functions, not the back button, not that. Here we go. Let's go here. Let's go app downloads Firebase. I'm just going to verify that I can read it, but it says 0. Firebase rounds scored counter. Firebase app downloads counter. Excuse me. All right, let's save that, and then let's hit it. So I want 1 and 0. 1 and 0. Okay. So I have the counters all initialized now. Okay. Just do a sanity check here. I ran initialize all shards and can now see all of the corresponding collections on my Firestore dashboard. I assume I'm good to comment all of the initialize code out. And now as long as I don't touch anything, C1x will continue tracking all of these stats through the end of time. Okay. Never overriding totals. And explain again how I'm not overriding totals. Using this logic in your increment method, merge. Atomic increment of the count field. So now I have this. I should just need to go add this for the rest of the counters. So we've got app downloads. This one is pretty easy here. If app already launched, I do Firebase app downloads counter 1. We just throw that right there. And now I'm tracking app downloads. That should be that easy. And then I never do it again, just how I never do this again either. That's what this block of code is for. This is for my do this on the first app download, app launch. So that's great. We're tracking app downloads now. We're tracking rounds scored. Let's go track courses added. Add course. Ooh. I'm gonna do this all again. Because I want manual courses added. And I want global courses added. Global courses added. All right, so I need 2 of these. I'm going to run initialize again. Manual. Global. All right, let me initialize one more time, which should reset all counters to 0. And I'm going to double check that once more, just to make sure. And now that I've initialized them, the collection should still all be here. I think. Yep. All right, so added those in, reinitialized, tested. We are still getting 0. We added app downloads. We added rounds scored. So now I want to go do this for adding courses. So on this add course to personal list, log Firebase tracking increment, and then this is going to be my manual courses added. Oh, wrong spot. Manual courses added counter and 1. So now we're tracking courses added manually. And then let's go to the global courses. And then we're going to do the exact same thing here. So let's go grab that line of code again. And then right here, nope, that's not what I wanted you to do. Log Firebase tracking increment, and then this is going to be the global courses added counter. Okay, so we're done with the courses. We are tracking those now. Holes played. So now we're just on to the scoring, which I should technically still be able to do here. So on handle rounds finished, we're going to this is going to be holes played counter. And I want to increment by, I'm getting a list into parse. So we're going to go parse.length. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting shot data, right? So I think I could go, we could go final aces is equal to final, I guess, my individual stat calculations. These are just true false. In my single round calculations, I do 4 every hole, so I'm probably gonna have to do it like this, which is fine, we can do this. Var aces equals 0. We can throw this all underneath the logging for Firebase actually, because that is the reason I'm doing it. Var albatrosses equals 0. Var eagles, var birdies, var pars, var bogeys, var double bogeys or worse. Okay, so parse scores. Gotta call it something different because of that. I wonder, can I do like this? Does that work? This is going to be a good question for ChatGPT here. In this use case, should I be concerned about pars and pars overlapping at all? Okay, cool. So we'll just add all the underscores here. All right, so for each hole, let me get rid of that. And I'm gonna run this just like this is, essentially. If ace user hole score a hole, and I'll just run these all as else ifs. Oh. Bogeys. I don't need that. I want that. And then I really only want to write to Firebase if the value is higher than 0. So if ace is greater than 0, perfect. If albatrosses, oh, I do want that to be the right spelling, is greater than 0. If equals is greater than 0. Birdies is greater than 0. Not going to give me the birdies counter. Birdies. So this way I'm only writing to, it's a little bit longer code, but this way I'm only trying to write to a new file if it's worthwhile to write. I'm not going to try to write to Firebase with a value of 0. If bogeys, wait, bogeys, and if double bogeys are worse. Okay. So I think I'm done. App downloads is good. Courses added is good. Holes played, and all my hole scored frequencies are done. So now, what would be interesting is we can try to jack up my reads and writes here. But total rounds scored. Let's go. I don't need rounds scored. Let's go final. Manual. Let's go global. Global courses added Firebase is equal to. Yep. And then print it. Okay. Let's go final holes played. Firebase. And then print. I do not, yeah, this is all gibberish. Let's go final pars Firebase is equal to, wait, print total pars. Let's go final birdies Firebase. Wait, print total birdies. All right. Just to kind of do a quick check, make sure they're all working. So they should basically all be 0 at this point. So I'm going to go to the round display view. I might have scored a round, so we might be at 1 for this. I did reinitialize though. Okay, so everything is at 0. Let's go add a course. Add Blackhawk. Incrementing shard. And then let's go score a round. I'll just do 6 here. Let's do 2 birdies, 3 pars. So this is a par 3. We'll go birdie, birdie. We'll do pars here. Par. And then take a bogey here, it doesn't matter. Finish round. So that shrunk. Interesting. Let's go. I'm going to go troubleshoot this view real quick. Infographic. Height 222. Else. And this should really be, like, I wonder if my issue now is that I shouldn't need to wrap that. Why does it look different? Is my column not at, still it's spaced evenly? Height 3, height 222. So rounds played is 1, 6 holes played, and then birdies, pars, double bogeys are worse, I assume. Like, I'm wondering if I should, this is its space evenly. I set that as equal to min. Because would I wrap that whole thing? Like if I wrap this in a size box of height 222. Whoa, where did that? Hold on, I just wrapped the wrong thing. Not that. I needed to wrap this. Oh, I can't. For each set of 9. All right. If I wonder if I need an if statement here. If I can probably just do it here. Refactor that in the sized box, and then do a height check equals 0, 222, 111. Not quite what I was going for there. But I'm trying to space this stuff out more. Maybe instead we do padding, symmetric vertical, and then we're going to go check equals 0. It's already height 111, so if I do 55, 0. Much better. Okay, so we did our troubleshooting there. Now, importantly, let's go hit this. Cool. So my data tracking is working well. The one thing I am noticing is that when I handle the round scoring future int, it is preventing the next view from loading. Am I awaiting handle round scoring? Is that how this works? If on that button press, if round is over. Up above more. Not delete. Not delete round pressed. Return whole count. Where does this all go here? I know it's not this. Now into options, return whole count. And then in a row, if round is not over, I show those things, else. No, not there. Okay, and then here, if round is over, I do await handle round finished. Okay, so let's give this when a round is over, I call this code. Inside of handle round finished, I have my Firebase logging. Here. The issue is that this greatly slows down my app. I assume I need to separate Firebase logging into a different function and let it run concurrently. I do this. That's what I wanted. Yes. Oh, broke my glasses. Log round stats to Firebase. I probably want this to be up here. App management, Firebase, data, logging, Dart. I need my ace function. Where's that at? Albatross or better. There we go. Log Firebase tracking increment. All right, so now I call that log round stats to Firebase, and then I can call unawaited. Okay. Yeah, under round scorecard. Log round stats to Firebase. Unawaited isn't defined, so I need to import foundation. Let's go all the way up here, import it. data logging. Parse whole, user scores whole. Par equals parse I. Parse score, although these are worse. If greater than 0. Holes played, aces, albatross equals birdies. Await, future, await. Futures. Okay, that makes sense. Still says unawaited is. Importing foundation did not fix this. Async. Okay. Try it. Try adding a dependency for async. Add async to PubSpec. Let's find out. I'm surprised I didn't have async already. Async is good, and it doesn't look like you got rid of the, oh no, it did. No, it did not. Is Flutter unawaited made up? Flutter unawaited. Looks like it exists. And the async, I imported async, but it's still telling me unawaited is undefined. I've imported the async package, but it's telling me that unawaited is undefined. Yeah, that's what I did. I guess what does it think the package is? Dart async. Ah, you had the wrong import. Yeah. All right. You had the wrong import. This is correct. Okay, so now I can do that, and I think I can get rid of all this. Let's do a reset and just see if I can tell if it's actually working. Start round, let's go testing 6 again. Yeah, that works super fast. and everything seems to be working. We tracked aces and then birdies. Cool. Holes played is equal to 12 now. Everything's still working. Birdies got incremented by 1. That's sick. I did the reset. Round scored is now equal to 2. Log round stats to Firebase. And then last request here. Can you provide a general function like this, which takes in a single collection name and a single value and adds to the future so I can use it elsewhere? Oh, hold on. There, now respond to that. That's not what I asked. No, update this function so that I can use it for a single collection and single value that are both passed in. It will be in addition to this function. No, I already have. From the code I provided, I obviously already have a function. I guess, is it already future void? Maybe this is my misunderstanding here. I just need to make it unawaited. That's what I need to do. Okay, hold on. So I think this is my understanding, is that I can do a unawaited here. Like so. And then import that async. Is it that easy? I think so. Never mind, I already had that function. If I run the below in my app's main function, does this work? Yep. Yep. Correct. Just analytics. After await Firebase initialize app, which is being called. That happens and then app launch happens. Okay, so this unawaited is what I need. I've already fixed it on the scorecard, right? Handle round finished just calls the unawaited now, log round stats to Firebase, which is this. And then I think I actually want this to only exist in this file. log Firebase tracking increment. Make sure I'm on the right file. That'll make it easy for me to go correct it everywhere else that I need to. We've got the app downloads. I've got rounds scored. I've got all the whole frequencies. And so now it's just the adding courses, right? App downloads we got. Rounds scored I got. All the whole frequencies I got. So it's just the courses. And those are our two with the error. So this is great. So now let's go to main, copy this, unawaited, log Firebase tracking increment, get rid of that. Go to global courses, should be the same thing. Global course added counter, and then we just need to go copy the async import into both of them, and we should be good. Take your time. It's still giving me an error here. What's my error? Oh, I gotta type this in. Log Firebase tracking. There we go. Okay. So now everything is done in this future sense. I'm using the unawaited, which is a function new to me, that tells the app not to wait. So now I can do all the logging I need to, and I can do it quickly, which is important. The testing 6, we made that view look better. This view still looks good. And if I go to the testing 36, we still have the swipe. So big improvement, I think. We tested. Probably do these two things off video. Didn't get quite everything done that I thought I was going to today, but we've got that nice round summary and the par button, and we've got all of our stat tracking. Surely I just jacked up these stats quite a bit. No, not too bad at the moment. I mean, I think maybe that's still got some updates to do. I don't think that's quite accurate. How many reads and writes do I get a day? How many reads and writes do I get on Firestore a day? 20,000 writes a day, and I just wrote, I shouldn't be pushing that. I don't think I should be pushing the reads either. I don't think Google has a credit card on file, so how do they charge me if I go over? Simply stop working. Gotcha. Okay, so I guess maybe I'll look later today or tomorrow and we'll see how close I just got to pushing those. Like if I go read all of my counters twice in a day, you know, what does that put me at? But yeah, so we got our nice round summary view in. Our database backend is done now. I will go, let's make sure that, not the data logging, the sharded management, I've commented out all of the initializing. I think I did. Does my database have the manual and global? It just has courses added. Can I? Yeah, I would like to delete that collection. Courses added. Delete. Okay. So I've got global courses added, manual courses added. All the initialization is commented out, so we shouldn't mess with that again. And and I should be able to check everything there. So that'll be cool. I'll do these two things off video, and the next thing is going to be implementing some new stats into the app. Not things that I'm going to track in the database yet, but just some additional details to show on this would, I think, be pretty cool. I've got 6. Is it defaulting to all time? Is that what's happening here? Just out of curiosity, let me go peek at that real quick. At the all stats view, let me see if it's defaulting to all time. Time frame is 5 rounds. When I put together the initial stats, what do we show? Stats calculations equals multi-rounds. I just pass all time. So I wonder if I just update that to say all time, do I break anything? Just so the filter dialog, when it's opened, shows the right thing. Main. That database stuff is going to make me nervous that I'm going to reset something. I'm sure that I'll get more comfortable with it as I go. Yeah, showing all time right now. All right, so if I go, last 5 rounds, I clear all the. I do see how it's hard to actually clear. I'll have to look at that. But, okay. Oh, because I was at 5 rounds. If I go 20 rounds, we're at 6. Okay. Database done. And it's set up right now. I don't think I would need to change anything other than taking it out of test mode to be up and running. So let's just do create a task to take the Firestore out of test mode and into production and ensure that this will still be working. Okay. So that'll be our to-do list off video. And then we're on to additional stats and the watch version. Maybe, just because I've added the button, this will go up in front of it. So we'll do those two things, maybe in the next video, and then watch version. Have to determine how I'm going to display these as well. They'll be unique. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Good progress today. I'm pretty excited about that database. That'll be cool to get some real-time stats from C1x. But yeah, call it there for today, as always. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.